Luke Richards is on the mound for your Lumberjacks here in the top of the fourth inning. He faces Tyler Rule. Rule taking over for Cooper Mars in right field. Gets his first AB of the ball game. Fouls that one out of play. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richards primarily a starter this season for the Lumberjacks. He's gone 24 1/3 innings. He's made 7 appearances, 6 of them starts with a 5.55 ERA. We get the first out here in the top of the fourth. The 1-2. An off speed that misses low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Richards was the ace of a week 2 weeks ago in the VBL, and his last time out was a rough one against Harrisonburg. Thankfully, the Lumberjacks ended up coming back to win that ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Rule. Fastball misses low and away. It's a full count. To be honest, I kind of question this move simply because what do the Lumberjacks have left after Luke Richards? You imagine he was expected to make a start later in the week, but if he's pitching here today, I feel like you scratched that off. The amount of arms already used today, what are the options? Full count pitch to Rule. This is low and away, and it's another walk. Tyler Rule in his first AB walks to lead off the top of the fourth inning. In truth, the Lumberjacks are still in this ball game, even after Staunton put up 15 runs in the top of the third. Lumberjacks came back with 4 in the bottom half, trail by 9. You just wonder if you could have a guy out there that could put zeros up on the scoreboard. Do you stand a chance? First pitch to Hassler is a swing and a miss. Keegan Hassler today is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a walk. And truthfully, even after the first batter walk of Tyler Rule, I don't believe that Luke Richards will be hit around the way that the other pitchers have been today. 0-1, misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Tyler Rule takes the lead off of first base. Pitch from Luke Richards. Foul straight back. He has an opportunity to get a strikeout here. Hassler down 1-2. Richards on the season. 26 strikeouts to 17 walks. Hasn't been hit relatively hard. Only a .237 batting average against. When Richards gets beat, it's because of low command. 1-2. This is up and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For the Lumberjacks, it's just trying to find a way to allow this game to be competitive. You see a team put up 15 runs in an inning, and usually that's the white flag for the other side. 2-2 pitch to Hassler. He decides to go on an off-speed up in the zone. Swings and misses for out number 1 in the top of the fourth inning. Luke Richards took over for Darius Brown, who went 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Before that, it was Carlos Manzueta. He got 1 out. Gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 runs. The batter here for Staunton. It's like 29, Jake Merrick, stepping into the batter's box. Richards' first pitch, it's a Merrick, is popped up into right center field. Frankie Clark moving back, makes the play for out number 2. Kind of a refreshing result after seeing Staunton have 6 batters hit 3 times in the top of the third. Luke Richards, 2 outs. And now Josh Hall stepping into the batter's box. First going to take off. Throw down from Ambrosio is not in time. Stolen base for Rule. Puts himself in scoring position. Josh Hall today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Came around to score on a wild pitch in the top of the third. No pitch to Hall. Low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. You can learn a lot about pitching from Luke Richards. He is a very smart gentleman out there on the mound. He's got a lot of different tendencies that he'll often go to. One thing that he does before every single pitch is he goes to the mouth with his 2 fingers, wipes them off on his pants, and then goes to the baseball. That really helps him get a good grip. It's a 2-0. Swing and a miss from Hall. 2 balls, 1 strike. We were actually having a conversation about the MLB and the salary cap a few days ago, and he said he could write a paper on it. I really believe him. He gave some great answers about the problems resolving around the MLB. 2-1 pitch to Hall. Fastball misses up and away. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Really don't even want to count how many walks the Braves have in today's ball game, but just know it's more than you'd expect to see in a week of baseball for most teams. 3-1 away, and it's another walk. 5-pitch walk for Josh Hall, and it's 1st and 2nd for Ethan Barnes. Go ahead and give you that number right now after that walk. That is 10 total walks today for Staunton. 10. And if you add in the hit by pitches, it's just one too many free passes. We'll put it that way. In addition, an incredible hitting percentage with runners in scoring position. They're 8 for 14. Barnes today is 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. He's swinging. Fouls it off towards the houses on the right side of the field. It's 0-1. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. Staunton has just been practically perfect in the batter's box today. It's not like the Lumberjacks are having a bad day at the plate. They've put up 8 runs. 0-1 pitch to Barnes. An off-speed lined up to Frankie Clark. Makes a smooth backhand grab. It's going to tag second base himself to end the top of the 4th inning. After Staunton puts up 15 in the top of the 3rd, they go scoreless in the top of the 4th. Headed to the bottom of the 4th. Let's see if the Lumberjacks can keep on chipping. It's Staunton 17, Covington 8. A few changes for Staunton as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Ethan Barnes goes to second base. Caleb Williams out of this ball game. Drew Lucey comes in for him, as the catcher. And now pitching for the Braves from West Virginia, it's Sean Goldie. Goldie suffers from a similar problem that we've seen plague today's ball game. 2 1/3 inning, he has walked 3 batters, allowed 2 hits, 7.71 ERA, and an opportunity for the Lumberjacks to continue chipping after they put up a scoreless top of the 4th. Staunton leading 17-8. Jose Alfonso leads off. Takes the first pitch fastball for strike 1. If you're the Lumberjacks, you really got to think about how important it is to make this a competitive ball game. Luke Richards likely using up his start coming out of the bullpen today as the 0-1 to Alfonso. He's fouled back into the net and gets 0-2. With him using up his start, you want this game to mean something. You don't want him to just pitch, Obviously, you're going to have opportunities like this in a summer collegiate baseball season where guys are just going out there for their stats to show their college coaches. But as a team, you got to think we can do something to make the effort worth it. Alfonso high out to center field. Vasquez underneath it for out number 1. We'll bring up Thomas Fratto. Fratto today 1 for 2 with the single, came around to score in the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 4, Thomas.
Carter Mills' day is done. He won an inning of 3 hit, 4 run, 2 of them earned, 3 walk baseball. Low pitch to Fratto. Takes the pitch low and away. One ball, no strikes. Fratto takes one in the dirt. It's 2-0. No action in the Lumberjacks bullpen, so presumably this is Luke Richards' game until it gets problematic, and I don't know what his pitch count would be, so the problem in my mind would be Staunton continuing to score. Fratto swings and misses at a fastball up and away. It's 2-1. Had my scorebook looking this hectic in a long time. This has certainly been something between these two teams today. 2-1 pitch to Fratto. He's going to ground one to the second baseman, Barnes. Flips to the first baseman, Hassler, for out number 2.
Third baseman, number 34, Emory Stevens.
Stevens stepping up, trying to keep the bottom of the 4th alive and put up a run where Staunton didn't. If you see a team put up a 15-run inning, for starters, you got to continue to put zeros on the scoreboard after that, but then you also have to score. Low pitch to Stevens, takes a fastball for strike 1. It's one of those weird situations to where, as a spectator, you somewhat say, why not just throw in another guy and let him get some hits off of the position player and get this game over with. If you're not going to hit the baseball, off-speed misses inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sure there's some Covington players that want this day to be over with and move on to the next game tomorrow at Waynesboro. 1-1 pitch to Stevens, misses low and away. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. But like I said, no action out in the Covington bullpen, so it seems that Luke Richards will somewhat make a start out of this one and go multiple innings. 2-1 pitch to Stevens. Fastball that's out in front of the batter's box. 3 balls, 1 strike. One pitch to Stevens. Foul tip, and it's full. Goldie looking to make it a scoreless bottom of the 4th. A full count pitch to Stevens is missing away. Lumberjacks have another base runner.
Catcher number 16, Jake Ambrosio.
Jake Ambrosio trying to make a good day out of this. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Nice single to add to his tally. He had been struggling a little bit, but it was a good hit baseball through the right side of the infield. Oh, pitch from Goldie. Thought up into the netting. 0-1. Now, sometimes I guess every level of baseball has their bad innings. Currently in the All-Star game, with 2 outs in the top of the first, the NL trails 3-0. Christopher Sanchez has given up 3 runs. That's an all-star pitcher doing that, so I guess you can't be too critical. A 1 pitch to Ambrosio. Fastball that catches the outer edge. It's 0-2. Stevens at first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ambrosio. It misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacks again just trying to carve into this 9-run lead. An off speed up in the zone gets Ambrosio to swing and foul it back. Stevens at first, has reached all 3 times today. Ambrosio looking to reach for his 2nd time. The 1-2. Fouls it back again. Good battle here. The 1-2 to Ambrosio. Off speed upstairs. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Emery Stevens at first base as Staunton leads 17-8 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Goldie looking to make it a scoreless inning. And he'll do just that. Swing and a miss from Ambrosio. We go to the top of the 5th. Staunton 17, Covington 8. Richards returns for the top of the 5th inning. He gets Easton Ogle, Jose Vasquez, and Caleb Williams. I just got some reassuring news from Mark Pfeiffer. I asked about Luke being in the game, and he told me that they believe that Luke being in the game is simply like a bullpen for him, so expect him to stay around 40-ish pitches so he can be ready for the doubleheader on Thursday. This is Easton Ogle for the first time. He's going to line this one into right field. Jenna Quinto is going to watch it fall in front of him. Leadoff single for Easton Ogle.
Help the Braves lineup, center fielder Jose Vasquez.
I'm curious to see if we know Luke is coming out of this ball game. Who's going to come in after him? Is again currently nobody warming in the Lumberjacks bullpen. I personally wouldn't mind seeing another position player, but to each their own. Vasquez now batting. This is his 5th AB of the day. Takes the first pitch low. It's only been 2 innings today to where not everybody in the order batted. 1 ball, no strikes to Vasquez. The pitch low, 2-0. But yeah, we are now currently in the 5th inning, and Jose Vasquez is batting for the 5th time. I guess that's baseball. 2 balls, no strikes. Easton Ogle at first base. Richards pitch, and off speed upstairs. It's 3-0. Now it does look like somebody's up and warming for the Lumberjacks. Vasquez looking to reach again on a walk, and he'll do just that. That pitch misses inside. A 4-pitch walk to Jose Vasquez, and 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 5th. Ogle moves to second base as Staunton hunts for the run to make it a 10-run ball game once more. They currently lead 17-8. Majority of those 17 runs came in the top of the 3rd in a 15-run inning. Drew Lucey hitting now. He takes the first pitch fastball away. This is Lucey's first at bat of the ball game. Last inning, he came in as a defensive replacement for Caleb Williams. Williams out of the game. Ethan Barnes moved to second base. Drew Lucey is now catching. 5 straight balls now from Richards, trying to find the strike zone. This is upstairs, now 6 straight balls. And I imagine if he walks Drew Lucey on 4 pitches, that'll probably be Luke Richards' day done. The 2-0. Fastball in there, 2 balls, 1 strike. Lucey looking to make a day for himself in his first AB. The 2-1 pitch. Taken low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Game that started at 6:33. We're currently 2 hours and 16 minutes in, and we have not made it past the 5th inning. 3-1 pitch to Lucey. He grounded it through the 5-6 hole past the glove of Dario Castillo. Coming home to score is Easton Ogle. Jose Vasquez makes it to second base. An RBI single for Drew Lucey. And the Braves lead 18-8. Bring up the lefty Julian Braga.
Left fielder Julian Braga.
Braga, the last out of the 15-run 3rd inning. Before that out, he was 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Richards to Braga in the dirt, 1-0. Braga looking to do damage on this 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, it's just funny. Staunton lost the game 2 days ago against Charlottesville, 21-0. And what do they do 2 days later? Well, they put up a 15-run top of the 3rd, and they currently lead 18-8. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Braga. Inside, 2-1. There's somebody warming in the Lumberjacks bullpen. Whether or not it's a position player or reliever, I cannot currently tell. Two balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Braga. Grounded past Castillo at shortstop. Jose Vasquez is going to be stopped at third base. It'll be bases loaded. for Tyler Rule. Had to pause for a moment because all the defensive changes that Staunton's made, it's difficult to tell who's hitting where. Tyler Rule will get the bases loaded, and it will not be against Luke Richards. His day is done. Take a quick break. When we return, we'll talk about the new pitcher for the Lumberjacks. My wish came true. The Lumberjacks have a position player on the mound in the form of Jonathan Vasquez. Vasquez will be throwing his first pitch here in the VBL. He enters in a bases loaded, no-out situation. That is the third time today that a pitcher enters the game in said scenario. Julian Braga at first, he singled. At second base is Drew Lucy. At third is Jose Vasquez.
Now pitching for Lumberjacks, number 18, Jonathan Vasquez.
Again, I said this when Darius Brown came in to pitch, and Darius was a two-way player in college. He could pitch. But I say this for Vasquez in a similar stance. Just make sure you throw strikes. You're not really getting much out of this if you strike a guy out or anything like that. I think it's pretty simple. You pitch to contact. Again, if you're just now joining us, it's Staunton 18, Covington 8. First pitch from Vasquez misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. How the Rule the batter. No pitch, gets a swing and a miss from Rule. Vasquez probably pitched in high school from the way that he's throwing out there. I was hoping that we'd see a position player who just threw straight eephuses in the strike zone, but I guess that's a bit too unrealistic. Rule swings and misses at another. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Rule, a swing and a miss. With the bases loaded, Jonathan Vasquez enters out of the bullpen and gets a strikeout. Pretty ideal start for the position player. So to bring up Keegan Hassler. Hassler today is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. The pitch is way inside. It's going to get away from Ambrosio, and Jose Vasquez will come around to score. Staunton now leads 19-8.
At the plate for Staunton, number 33, Keegan Hassler.
On open base at first as the Lumberjacks infield comes in. You never know if the elusive 12th run can be the difference maker if you cut it down. This one's going to be grounded to foul up the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Vasquez. Lined over the head of Frankie Clark at second base. That'll get down and allow 2 runners to score. Quinda is just going to throw into the second baseman, Clark. It's a 2 RBI single for Keegan Hassler. Staunton now leads 21-8. So the Lumberjacks went for the 2-point conversion. But unfortunately, looks like that might not be enough. Jake Merrick now bats. First pitch is going to skip over the head of Ambrosio. It'll allow Keegan Hassler to get up to second base. Ball, no strikes. Vasquez is pitched to Merrick. And for strike one. Keegan Hassler at second base after his RBI single. Staunton might be leading the league in all offensive categories after this ball game. Ball, 2 strikes to Merrick. Funny part about it, again, they don't have many extra base hits in this ball game. It's been walks and singles, but those are basically the only categories they don't lead the league in hitting-wise. Slugging percentage already tops of the South. This is the 1-2 pitch to Merrick is in the dirt. They lead the league in home runs, so they didn't need to add any today. Might lead the league in hits, walks, runs. There's a whole lot of categories that Staunton's going to see themselves jumping in when this game's said and done. 2-2 pitch to Merrick. He's going to foul this one off into the netting. And I traditionally say for Staunton, he should just go up there and swing for the fences each time, just with the game being where it's at. But Lumberjacks have 8 runs. This game is still technically in reach. This one's fouled back into the fencing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So right now, Staunton really playing to make this game completely out of reach. I mean, they have gotten it to the point where the Lumberjacks are on to their second position player pitching, but Vasquez is good enough to where he's throwing competitive pitches. 2-2 to Merrick is launched into left center field. Zach Dorlag is giving chase. He looks up as it takes a 1-hop into the fencing. Jake Merrick, an RBI double. He's going to look to turn it into a triple, and he will do just that. He gets away from Emery Stevens. He's going to stay at third base as it didn't get far enough away for a Little League inside the park home run. But I was just mentioning how the Braves are trying to maybe boost their stats a little bit, look to lead the league in a couple of categories. Well, they had 5 triples. Now that's up to 6. An RBI triple for Jake Merrick. It's now 22-8. Josh Hall steps up with Merrick at third base. Low pitch to Hall. Takes it low. As you can imagine, nobody up and warming in the Lumberjacks bullpen. I think Vasquez will just go until he's tired. 1-0 is going to be fouled off into the fencing on the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. 22-8. Staunton is doing something in this ball game. 1-1 pitch to Hall. Taken low. 2 balls, 1 strike. I guess my question would be is, at one point as an umpire, do you just start to call everything a ball? Or excuse me, not a ball, that would be horrific. Everything a strike. 2-1 to Hall. Hit high in right field. Moving back is Quinda. He's there to make the play. Tagging to score is Jake Merrick. He'll walk across home plate. It's a sacrifice fly for Josh Hall to make it 23-8. Barnes gonna bat here. Barnes today is 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Last time up, he was the last out of the top of the 4th inning. Ground out to first, or excuse me, to second. The low pitch is gonna skip in. 1 ball, no strikes. Maybe Staunton's trying to see if they can get to 30 runs today. Which realistically, I'd almost be a bit embarrassed if they don't do that. They seem to be set up pretty well. 1-0 pitch to Barnes, again low and away. But I'll admit, if it does get to that point to where they're really nearing 30 runs, I do think the home plate umpire should call everything a strike, even if it is bouncing in, because the Braves getting out of this. Barnes going to ground this one foul of the third base line. 2 balls, 1 strike. I hate to be so sour about this, but it's not like Jonathan Vasquez is gaining anything from his pitching career. I don't think Ethan Barnes enjoys having to watch pitches skip in the dirt. As the 2-1 is grounded right past Vasquez up the middle. Single for Ethan Barnes. But hey, I'm sure the Braves are enjoying the opportunity to stat stuff here.
Shortstop, Easton Ogle.
Easton Ogle bats. Ogle today is 2 for 4. He's going to ground this one softly to the third baseman, Emery Stevens. He cuts off Dario Castillo, and it skips off his glove. It'll be an error on Stevens, and Easton Ogle will reach.
Center fielder, Jose Vasquez.
Jose Vasquez will bat. Vasquez now batting for the 6th time in a battle of the J. Vasquezes. Jonathan Vasquez on the mound, Jose Vasquez in the batter's box. Today Vasquez has been walked twice, hit once, a fielder's choice, and a single. Both runners going. Throwdown is going to be to second, where up in standing is Easton Ogle. And it's at that point to where you really wonder why. It's one thing if you're hitting the baseball, because that's what you're supposed to do in baseball, but stealing just feels a little bit inappropriate in a game like this. Because that is truly, by definition, stat stuffing. There is absolutely no reason for that to be happening. 1-0 pitch to Vasquez, misses inside, 2 balls, no strikes. And again, just to remind everybody, I'm not saying this as if this is really a ball game. The score is currently 23-8. We are 2.5 hours in, and we have not passed the top of the 5th inning. Vasquez fouls this one out of play on the left side, 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's one thing if it's one thing if Jose Vasquez hits a home run and you're saying congratulations to Vasquez, good swing, but stealing off a guy who clearly has no interest in keeping you put is just, I'll say it, unnecessary. Truthfully, Jonathan Vasquez should only have to focus on the batter because his team is trailing by 15 and he's a position player. 3-1 pitch to Jose is in for a strike. The count goes full. Nobody will be on the move because there is an open base at first, but it's a 3-2 pitch to Vasquez. Here it comes. He's going to chop this one foul behind Ambrosio. We'll stay right here. Seems that the Lumberjacks are using this opportunity to give some of their guys bullpens out there in the right field bullpen. We've seen Enzo Gurgel throw, now Quinton Wright throwing, but they're not going to come into this game. They're just getting some throws in. Jose Vasquez lifts one into right field. Looking up is Giannaquindo. He watches it bounce into the wall. RBI double for Jose Vasquez. It's now 25-8.
Number 13, Drew.
And it looks like that'll do it for Vasquez. Is Coach Tolentino going to come to the mound and, well, I guess Quinton Wright is going to enter the ball game. They'll give him an in-game bullpen and just try to keep it where it's at. Take a quick break. When we return, Staunton bats with 2 outs and a runner at second. They lead 25-8. Well, to my surprise, Quinton Wright's going to pitch here as Staunton leads by 17. It's 25-8. He'll face Drew Lucy. And I'll say it, if the Lumberjacks end up using another pitcher, I might go down there and tell them to end the game myself, as I've run out of room to put down pitchers in my score sheet. Quinton Wright is now officially the 7th pitcher today for the Lumberjacks. We are 1 out away from the end of the top of the 5th. Drew Lucy bats and takes time. Now Wright readies for his first pitch. The 0-0 to Lucy. Fastball fired in for strike. No, ball one apparently, as they say it misses inside. Wright this season, 17 and a third innings. In 11 appearances, he has a 2.6 ERA. He's definitely been the best reliever this season for the Lumberjacks. 1-0 pitch to Lucy. Way inside, it's 2-0. Sometimes there's spots you enter in the ballgame and you feel comfortable pitching. Sometimes there isn't. Most of the time, the comfort is found in low-leverage situations like this. But for Wright, I imagine this might be a bit confusing to his brain. He usually comes in the high-leverage situations, as this one is thrown over the head of Lucy. 3 balls, no strikes. I want ill intent behind those pitches. Again, I just think it's Lumberjacks rushing to get right into the ball game. These are still practically warm-up pitches for him. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Lucy. Fastball right down the middle. And Drew Lucy really not feeling this as bad, as he was stepping out before the pitch was even thrown. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball fired inside that Lucy manages to foul off down the third base line. Count goes full. All right, looking to push us to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jose Vasquez at second base. He hit a wall-scraping double, and it's going to be a balk on Q right. Definitely the most important call of this ball game that'll allow Jose Vasquez to move to third base. Game-changing call right there, as now the Braves move their potential 26th run of the ball game over to third base. Full count pitch to Drew Lucy. Here it comes. Fastball misses up and in. Another walk. First and third with 2 outs.
Julian Braga.
Julian Braga batting. Braga today is 2 for 3 with 2 walks. Wright's 0-0. Fastball up and away. I do not believe that there is a run rule based on amount of runs. I think it is a strict 10 here in the VBL, past 7 innings. As Braga's going to ground this to the first baseman, Fratto. He could step on the first base bag. That'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. Staunton adds 8 more. They lead 25-8. Dario leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. Dario Castillo. He faces Ethan Plesser. Plesser takes over for Goldie. Goldie goes an inning of no hit, no run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout baseball. Plesser from Longwood University. The lefty prepares to throw his first pitch. It's going to be a jam shot to the first baseman Hassler, who gets a good grip on it but doesn't manage to tag the first base bag. It's a single for Dario Castillo. Hassler just unable to get to first base in time. Hustle single for Dario Castillo.
Second baseman Frankie Clark.
Gonna bring up Frankie Clark. Clark today is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. No pitch to Clark. Taken away. It's funny, because again, it's not like Staunton has thrown anything extra special in this ball game. It has been a masterful performance in the hitting department. And a lot of walks. 1-0 pitch to Clark. Again away. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Plesser takes a look at Castillo. Throws a sinker in there for strike 1. I noted this in a couple of the earlier ball games in the season when things were going rough for Covington. There is always opportunity to make a performance out of this for your own self. If Clark gets a hit here, he could tell himself that he reached base in 4 ABs. 2-1 pitch. And he's not, no, he is going to do that. A diving attempt from the right fielder Roll is going to get just enough past him to where Castillo can move to third base. Frankie Clark going to stay put at first. But yeah, Frankie Clark now, not 4 for 4, but he's 1 for 2 with the fielder's choice, 2 walks. Interesting day. So both Castillo and Clark singles. Castillo now to third base. And hey, we've seen Staunton put up 15 runs in the inning. So maybe the Lumberjacks can put up 17. You never know. Giannaquindo's had a good enough day to where he could definitely get and continue things here. He's currently 2 for 2 with a walk. Is the 0 pitch from Plesser? It is way inside. Plesser is a legit reliever for Staunton. He's gone 12 1/3 this season in 9 appearances. He has 2 saves, 2.19 ERA. I have high expectations for Plesser, although right now Lumberjacks hitting him pretty well. 1-0 pitch to Oquendo. Let's take it up and away. It's 2-0. And as I mentioned, I'd love to see the Lumberjacks put some runs on the board here, but if Covington goes to another pitcher, I myself might need to go down there and tell the umpires that they need to end this ball game because in my scorebook, there's no more room. And I feel like that has to mean something. Probably doesn't just because I'm the broadcaster, but you never know. Oquendo's going to ground this one softly to the pitcher, Plesser. It bounces off his chest. He's not going to have a play at first base. It's a single for Oquendo, and the bases are loaded for the Lumberjacks. Our home scorer, Mark Pfeiffer, should score this a single. I myself would tell Mark for it to be a single. It's a tough play for the pitcher, the way that it skipped up, but I can also understand he's going to rule that an error. It's going to be an E1 on Plesser, the 5th error of the day for Staunton. They've made sure in their own ways this ball game isn't pretty. As now Zach Dorlag bats with the bases loaded and no outs. The 0 pitch, inside and away from the catcher Drew Lucy. Castillo in sliding. Everybody else moves up a base. It's now 25-9. Lumberjacks only need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. And they don't need to do it in a 2-minute drill. They still have the whole second half to play with. I'd love to see Zach Dorlag hit a home run. I'll just say that. Dorlag has 3 home runs on the season, hit 1 yesterday. Please, Mr. Ethan Plesser, give him a fastball right down the middle and allow Dorlag to yank one over the left field fence. That one was away. 2 balls and no strikes. I think for the sake of this ball game, it needs a home run. There's been a total of 34 runs and no home runs. That's something. This pitch misses away. It's 3-0. like today 0 for 3, looking to reach base for the first time. South Florida State College, he had 10 home runs, went 5 for 20 at Francis Marion. He's really gotten adjusted to the live pitching here, and he's raked after a rough start. He'll walk there, and bases are loaded for Luis Acosta. Again, we can't put this game out of reach yet. The last time the Lumberjacks were at home, they were down 10-0 to Culpeper. Down 11-1. Ended up losing that ball game 12-11. If you could score that many unanswered runs, why can't you do it again and just do it even more, I guess? On 1 to Luis Acosta. Acosta has 6 RBIs on the season. Why not make it an even 10? 0-1 pitch. Grounded to the second baseman, Ethan Barnes. Flips to the shortstop, Ogle, who throws it over the first baseman, Hassler's head. It'll end up in the Lumberjacks' dugout. That'll be the 6th error of the ball game for Staunton. I believe Frankie Clark and Jan Oquendo will score there. Luis Acosta moves up to second base. Lumberjacks keep on finding a way to get runs. 25-11 as Jose Alfonso steps in for his 4th at bat of the day. That's 6 errors for Staunton. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Oh, pitch to Alfonso, going to ground it foul near the third base coach's box. In baseball lore, there's really only one game that I can think of that comes anything close to this as Alfonso fouls that one off. It's 0-2. There was a game in 2007, August 22nd of 2007, where the Baltimore Orioles lost 30-3. 0-2 pitch to Alfonso. Misses low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, fortunately, we're going to have a scoregami in the VBL. If anybody knows that, that's a football thing to where unique scores are tracked. This is obviously going to be a scoregami. It's a little bit easier to do that in baseball, but Rangers' a 30-3 win over the Orioles is definitely the only thing comparable to this. Alfonso strikes out. 2 down now as Thomas Fratto steps into the batter's box. But that game was a 5:05 start in Baltimore. It was rescheduled from the 20th, and I guess that rescheduling just hurt the mojo of the Orioles. It was 2 bad teams playing. Rangers came into that ball game 55-70. Orioles were 58-66 as the 0 to Fratto is fouled straight back. And the Orioles actually came out the gates looking like the winning team. Went up 3-0 in the 3rd, and then the Rangers put up 4 in the top of the 5th. And then 9 in the top of the 6th, and then 10 in the top of the 8th, and then 6 in the top of the 9th. Maybe Staunton does something like that. They do trail in the hit category by a lot. Rangers in that game had 29 hits. Staunton today only has 18. The 0-1 pitch to Fratto. Flowing up on the infield. Second baseman Ethan Barnes calling for it. Underneath it, making the play. Do it for the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs added by the Lumberjacks. Head at the top of the 6th inning. It's Staunton 25, Covington 11. Luca Mendez swaps with Jana Quindo in right field as Quindon Wright retakes the mound at the top of the 6th inning. I'm partially thankful that Q's out there on the mound, but I'm also somewhat nervous because, again, you just wonder, do we play Waynesboro tomorrow? Who do we throw? Who do the Lumberjacks have to their disposal with the amount of arms that have gone today? Quindon Wright, of course, the high-leverage reliever for this squad, having to be thrown out there down 14 runs, and you just hope that someone's available tomorrow to make that game a game. I would hate to see a repeat of what has happened today. It has been an absolute slaughter. Anyways, we talked about the 30-3 blowout between the Orioles and the Rangers. How about the Chicago Colts versus the Louisville Sluggers? As Tyler Rule will lead off here at the top of the 6th. It's a game so old that Baseball Reference doesn't even have a page for it. As Wright prepares for his first pitch to Rule. The 0-0. His fastball fouled off the foot. No balls, 1 strike. It was June 29th of 1897 when the Chicago Colts recorded 36 runs. 36 runs. I mean, that's still possible for Staunton. They beat the Louisville Colonels 36-7. Wrong sport, guys. Right? Prepares for his 0-1 to Rule. It's going to be a check swing foul into the netting. It's 0-2. There's only 1,100 people in attendance for that ball game, and they got to see what would end up being the highest scoring game in baseball history. Rule watches strike 3 down the middle and an off speed for out number 1 in the top of the 6th. The game saw the Louisville Colonels commit 9 errors, allowing 16 unearned to cross the plate. That's a good bit of runs. Haven't seen that today from Covington. In fact, they don't have an error. Instead, it's just been Staunton swinging and walking. One ball, no strikes to Keegan Hassler. Hassler looks another one low. 2 balls, no strikes. You might wonder, is there any other comparative blowout in sports history to what we're witnessing right now? As the 2-0 to Hassler is hit a mile high into center field. Ranging back is Luis Acosta. He's underneath it for out number 2. Like a good inning for Q Wright after we've seen an inning of 15 runs and an inning of 8. But in 1940, the Chicago Bears faced the then Washington Redskins in the then known NFL Championship game. And as a now Commanders fan, I don't like talking about this game. I know about it. As the pitch to Jake Merrick is a first pitch fastball for strike 1. But in that game, in a championship game, the Chicago Bears won 73-0. At least the Jacks have put some runs up on the board. Haven't been shut out today. The 0-1 to Merrick. It's a fastball grounded to the third baseman, Emery Stevens. Ranging to his left, he makes a throw on the run. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Quindon Wright. And at the bottom of the 6th, it's Staunton 25, Covington 11. Lorenzo Atwell enters for Ethan Plesser. Plesser goes 1 inning of 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He gave up 3 runs, only 1 of them were earned. That's, I think, the fascinating fact about today's ball game is that defensively, the Lumberjacks are outplaying Staunton times 10. Staunton has 6 errors today. That's baseball. I was talking about some of the worst blowouts in sports history, and one that I forgot, and it's my personal favorite, is the Georgia Tech Cumberland football game in 1916. It was a game that Georgia Tech won 222-0 as Emory Stevens steps into the batter's box. Lorenzo Atwell facing a fellow Marietta, Georgia native. Zoe is a fastball that misses inside. Atwell from Walter State, but also a native of Marietta, Georgia. So maybe in a bat for some personal pride here for both the pitcher and the batter. The 1-0 pitch to Stevens. It's fouled back into the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike. But that game between Georgia Tech and Cumberland is just a fun story. John Heisman, who, yes, the Heisman Trophy is named after, was the head coach of the Yellow Jackets, and his baseball team a year earlier had lost 22-0 against Cumberland. And he suspected that Cumberland had used some pro players in that game. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Stevens. It's going to be fouled off of his own foot. 1-2 the count. So, of course, the natural thing to do is to seek revenge after losing like that. Cumberland disbanded their football team in the 1916 season, but Heisman insisted that they pay or they play. It was a $3,000 fee, and Cumberland went in to use the money, decided, sure, we'll play, and they lost 222-0. That's not a good score. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Stevens. Swing and a miss. Atwell a strikeout to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
Number 16, Jake Ambrosio.
I'm just looking at the ESPN page of biggest blowouts, and the ESPN page doesn't give much credit because there's not many regular season ones in there. Like number 7 is Germany 7, Brazil 1, the 2014 World Cup semifinals, and that is iconic. What about a soccer game that ends 30-0? Well, pitch to Ambrosio, misses upstairs. For blowouts, that's what I think of. All of these are majority important games, but I want to see the random D3 college football game that's 100-0. 1-0 pitch to Ambrosio, he fouls off towards the Staunton dugout. Today, an interesting day in sports. You got the World Cup semifinal between France and Spain that ended 2-0 for the Spaniards. 1-1 pitch to Ambrosio, swing and a miss on a off-speed low and away. Right now, the All-Star game currently going on. I mentioned how at all levels of baseball, you're going to have some bad innings. The National League All-Stars currently trailing 3-0, and that's simply due to Christopher Sanchez allowing 3 runs in the top of the 1st. 1-2 pitch to Ambrosio, fouled back my way. Atwell this season, 10.5 ERA in 12 innings. He has 2 saves in the mix of that. In 12 appearances, he's 1-1. Gives up a lot of hits, but he does a good job to keep the walks down at only 8. 1-2 pitch to Ambrosio. Skips past. No, actually stayed in the glove of the catcher, Drew Lucy. Did a good job to lean out and make that play. Count now 2-2. Atwell looking to make quick work of the bottom of the 6th inning. Lumberjacks 3 outs away unless they put up 5 runs. Ambrosio holds there. The count goes full. Looks like Enzo Gurgil's out there throwing, and he might be the next arm that the Lumberjacks use. 3-2 pitch to Ambrosio. Launched into left field. Hooking towards the left field foul pole, and it'll go foul. That was a great swing from Ambrosio. Just a bit too far out in front. A long foul ball. Rosie will have to make way towards the batter's box to do the 3-2 again. Brosio batting for his 4th time today. On the day, he is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. The full count pitch popped up foul near the first base side. Ranging over is a second baseman, Ethan Barnes, who makes a great play for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Barnes started catching this game, and look at him showing his versatility at the second base spot.
Number 2, Dario Castillo.
Let's bring up Dario Castillo. Castillo now batting for the 5th time. He's reached base every time, although 2 of those are via error. Oh, pitch from Atwell. Grounded to the second baseman, Barnes. Throw to first is in time. A scoreless bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Staunton, 25. Covington, 11. Enzo Gurgel now pitching for the Lumberjacks. I was very tempted to go down and just ask everybody to end the game because, as I mentioned, I've now ran out of space to note pitchers. But I used better judgment and decided that we'll survive. Gurgel actually started against Staunton in the July 5th ball game. It was the forfeit win. Gurgel didn't have a great appearance, but he technically got a win. Actually, I don't know if he technically got a win. I can look right now and tell you. Did Enzo Gurgel get a win due to the forfeit? No, he did not. So, unfortunately for Enzo, all those stats got denied. You could actually technically say fortunately because it wasn't a great outing. All in all, a weird baseball game. Just like today's game. Just the difference was instead of going over 3 hours, that game went about 30 minutes. And the Lumberjacks got a win. Josh Hall leads off against Gurgel. Takes the first pitch. Up and away. Ball one. Gurgel will most likely be the last pitcher today for the Lumberjacks unless Covington manages to put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch misses inside to Hall. 2 balls, no strikes. You feel for some of the fielders out there today. Mendez in right field is the only defensive substitution that we've seen. And while there has been action in the field, there's also been a lot of standing around. Just a reminder in sports, it's very important to stay hydrated. 2-0 pitch to Hall. No, called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 7-8-9, it's Hall, Barnes, Ogle that Gurgel gets to face. The 2-1 misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. You wonder if we see some zone expansion. Maybe if I put that in the air, something like that will happen. Admittedly, most of the balls that have been called in the latter half of this ball game have been bad enough. 3-1 pitch is fouled back. It's full. Gurgel looking for the first out here in the top of the 7th. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Gurgel gets Josh Hall down on strikes for out number 1 in the top of the 7th inning. Good fastball bursting away from the bat of Josh Hall. And that'll bring up Ethan Barnes. Gurgel looking to make this a quick inning. A low pitch to Barnes. Fastball misses low and away. No pitch. Fouled out of play down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Off the hands into right field, giving chase is Luca Mendez, and it's going to drop down in fair territory. Ethan Barnes, his 4th hit of the ball game. A seeing eye single that just caught the right piece of grass. So now the runner on, Easton Ogle bats. This is Ogle's 6th at bat today. Gurgel's 0-0 to Ogle. Away. 1 ball, no strikes. Lumberjacks 3 outs away from losing this ball game. Staunton doesn't really need to add any more insurance, but he can't control swinging of the bat and not. I respect the fact that they've gone out there and put some good swings on the bat, even with the lead that they hold. Last pitch was a strike. It's 1-1 to Ogle. The 1-1. Curveball that misses way up in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. See a curveball like that, you're kind of thinking, let's just go to the fastball. Never know. See if Gurgel goes back to the curve. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. Fastball lined into left field, giving chase to Zach Dorlag. It's going to drop down to his side. Bats it down as Ethan Barnes is going to try to run in front of the throw by Dorlag, and not seeing that is Easton Ogle. He's going to be caught up between 2nd and 1st. Now Barnes is going to be caught up between 3rd and 2nd base, and Barnes reluctantly is going to give himself up. Good job by Zach Dorlag to really track that ball well and keep it in front of him. Ethan Barnes recognized it, but not recognizing it was Easton Ogle. It's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Most likely be a single for Ogle, and then Barnes cut down on a out. I'm not going to try to calculate. Actually, here, we could do this. So it started with Dorlag, ended up at Stevens' hands. So right there, that's 7-5. Went to Fratto over at first. 7-5, 3-5. 7-5, 3-5 on the out. First pitch to Jose Vasquez. Called strike, it's 0-1. Wonder how many 7.535s there's been in baseball history. Honestly, probably a decent amount. Wouldn't be surprised. Get a guy trying to go to third, and then the guy gets caught up at second base. It could happen. 0-1 to Vasquez is an off-speed over the head of Ambrosio. Taking third base is Easton Ogle as he was taking off his elbow guard. 0-1 strike. The 1-1 from Gurgel. And the dirt, 2-1 strike. Vasquez prepares for the 2-1. Here it comes. Soft chopper hit to the second baseman, Frankie Clark, up with a quickly throw to first in time. Head to the bottom of the 7th inning. All Staunton needs is 3 outs, and that'll do it for the Lumberjacks. It's Staunton 25, Covington 11. Caleb Smith, the new arm out of the bullpen for the Staunton Braves. He needs 3 outs without giving up 5 runs, and this ball game will be over. He takes over for Lorenzo Atwell, who goes an inning with a strikeout, no hits, no walks, no runs. Smith on the season, pretty respectable stuff. 9 2/3 with 2 saves, a 4.66 ERA. He's 4-0 in 9 appearances as well. He won't be the pitcher of record today. It'll likely be Ethan Plesser, who pitched the 5th inning. For the Lumberjacks, it's Frankie Clark, Luca Mendez, and Zach Dorlag. Long day of baseball here at Casey Field. And it seems that Staunton's approaching the final outs of the ball game. We'll have to see, though. Lumberjacks have had a couple of big innings themselves in a normal ball game. Just unfortunately, today's big inning is 15 runs. First pitch from Caleb Smith is a fastball that misses up and away, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The delivery. This is low. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Clark. Catches the low and in corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Clark today has reached base 4 times. Fielder's choice, 2 walks and a single. Single in his most recent at bat that came in the bottom of the 5th. Takes the fastball away. It's 3-1. Smith only giving up 4 hits in 9 2/3 innings. It's the walks that have allowed guys to do damage against him, as that's in there. It's a full count. 9 walks in 9 2/3, which isn't even terrible at all. 17 strikeouts as well. He's really had his stuff going this season. Full count pitch, low and inside. Frankie Clark reaches for the 5th time today. A leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 38, Luca Mendez.
Luca Mendez takes his first at bat of the ball game. And this is to where the individual acumen kind of comes into the game. Yeah, they're trailing by 14 runs. I'm sure most people at this ball game just want to see 3 outs and head home, but for Luca Mendez, he's going to want to swing the bat. Takes the first pitch fastball inside. Obviously, an 0 for 1 day is the worst possible day you can have. You only get one chance and you spoil it. Let's see what Mendez can do. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, off speed in there for strike 1. Frankie Clark lead off of first base. I don't think anybody's interested in him as the 1-1. Catches the outer edge, 1-2. Big time 1-2 pitch here from Smith. Trying to get his first out of the bottom of the 7th and set him on his way to ending this game. Won't get it there as he misses low and away. The most incredible part about this game is the fact that Staunton has 7 errors and they lead by 14. And the Lumberjacks have none. I feel like that's just incorrect. Mendez fouls this one off down the left field line. This game, of course, one of the last 2 home games the Lumberjacks have. And unfortunately, it kind of continues with some of the standard that the Lumberjacks have written this season. They've had some tough games and just unable to escape that here today. 2-2 pitch to Mendez. Misses away. It's another full count. As much as Staunton has hit today, 20 total hits, could really write this one down to the walks. Full count pitch to Mendez. Hit hard in the left field. Giving chases Braga. He makes an impressive play for out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Dorlag bats with Frankie Clark at first base. Dorlag looking for his first hit. He's currently 0 for 3 with a walk. Funny enough, I think the most impressive defender today for Staunton has been their second baseman, Ethan Barnes. Oh, to Dorlag is an off-speed that misses low. But Barnes didn't start off today as a second baseman. He did the classic catcher to second baseman, which really, when I think of that, I think of Craig Biggio, and that's about it. 1 ball, no strikes. Dorlag catches a fastball middle of the zone. He lifts it high in the air in the left center field, and rounding it at the center field warning track is Jose Vasquez. I think any other ballpark in the VBL, that's a no-doubter. It's a very deep part of the ballpark, and got to give credit where credit's due. Jose Vasquez, an impressive play, and now the Lumberjacks down to the last out. Luis Costa today, also looking for his first hit, a walk, a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a 6-3 ground out. Oh, pitch to Acosta. Fastball misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. This is even farther away. It's 2-0. Pitch gets a swing and a miss from Acosta. Now 2-1. 2-1 blocked in the dirt. Now 3-1. Frank Clark lead off of first base. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball up in the zone. Lumberjacks have another base runner. As Jose Alfonso will bat for the fifth time, excuse me.
Number 12, Jose Alfonso.
Jose Alfonso steps into the batter's box. Like Acosta before him, searching for his first hit as he takes a fastball up and away. Hate to be that guy, but Mr. Smith, throw a strike, you're pretty much good to go. This one's fouled back out of the right side. It's 1-1 strike. The 1-1, taken inside, strike 2. And just like that, it'll come down to this. 1-2 strikes. Another strike for Smith, and the ball game is over. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. That will do it. After 3 hours and 24 minutes of the game, Staunton wins with a final score of 25-11. One more home game for the Lumberjacks. It's on Friday. Until then, that's all from Casey Field.